Hello, welcome to my home. If you're new here, my name's Karen. It's a Saturday morning my time, and I thought it might be fun if you got to see me working around the home on a typical at-home Saturday morning. I put together a packaged mix of chocolate chip muffins, and I'm getting those in the oven so they'll be all ready when the kids come down for breakfast. And I'm getting just the counters and such tidied up. I'm getting the home improvement items all put in one spot. We've been doing some home improvement, which I'll show you nearer to the end of this video. And I'm getting some potatoes put back in the potato bin. I was seeing if I had enough to make a soup, and fortunately I do. You're gonna see that in a little bit. And I'm just cleaning off the island, and then I'm going to be emptying the dishwasher. Meanwhile, my husband has been doing some sweeping. As I've said in my morning routine video, getting the house ready for the day is super important to me. I like to have a clean house, and I clean because I like to have a clean house. So when I clean, I'm actually doing that for myself, and I see that as just another piece of my self-care. First of all, I can't stand having a ton of clutter around the house. It's a bit of almost a sensory issue for me. I can't focus if there's a ton of stuff around the house, and having it cleared off just gives me peace of mind, and it helps me to think clearly. Here I'm taking care of a baking fail. We had a gluten-free, dairy-free brownie package mix that we overcooked, and it stuck on like super glue. So I've had this soaking for 24 hours and to no avail. So I got what I could from soaking it off, and now I'm gonna fill it with super hot water and let it soak. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna put it in the oven and let it bake. So here my muffins are out, and they're golden brown and delicious. Now I'm getting the clothes out of the dryer so that I can separate them a little bit later. And I'm just going through some laundry that had gotten put on the dryer and going through figuring out what's dirty, what's clean, checking labels to make sure I don't ruin it in the washing machine, that sort of thing. I'm tidying the living room. Somebody had a pillow and blanket on the couch, and my son was being a goofball. And I'm cleaning up that end table, just getting things tidy. I kind of, in my mind, think about what if company was coming, what would I do, and getting those things done. I've given up on getting that brownie mix off, so it went in the oven, and now I'm hitting my bedroom. As I was getting different things done, I was throwing things on my bed, always a bad idea. So now I'm getting that cleaned off, and I'm gonna strip it down and wash my sheets and pillowcases. Back to thinking about why I clean and how much I enjoy having a clean house. There was a time when I expected everyone in my family to feel the same way that I do. I expected them to want a clean house, and I expected them to be willing to put the work in to have a clean house. But the fact is that not everyone feels the same way I do, and we all have a different definition in our heads of what clean even is. So what I've learned is that when I want help with a certain task, I have to ask. I can't expect them to do it on their own. I'm getting my bedding in the wash, and then I decided it was a good time to do my hair and makeup. And yes, I do my hair and makeup even though I'm not going anywhere today. It just helps me to feel like I'm put together and ready for the day. It makes me feel good about myself. It's a mood booster, and overall I'm more constructive in my day if I am completely ready. So I'm dressed to the shoes, and my hair and makeup is done. Running across the bottom of this video, you'll see the comments from my previous video, and I will have that video linked at the end of this one and in the description box below. The brownie mix with the water on top was a good boil, so I took it out of the oven, and now that brownie mix that was cemented down to the bottom of my casserole dish came right off. And I'm getting my laundry switched over and my sheets switched over to the dryer. You can peek over and see that there's only one muffin left. Breakfast is long over. I have rolls rising, and they were the frozen rolls that you get at the grocery store. And now I am cooking up 2 packages of bacon because I'm going to be making zuppa toscana soup, and I'm going to bring you along for it. I don't measure. I decided to do 2 packages because I felt like I would need that much meat because there is 7 of us that are going to be eating it. As I said, we've had some home improvement projects. This is my 13-year-old daughter, Ava, and this is the closet where we keep our homeschool materials. And you can see there's damage on the side. One year I had taped some things to the side and it took the finish off. So she's painting it. It'll look white on camera, but it's actually a light gray, that it will be the same color as my kitchen cabinets. And it came out so good. She did a really great job. She enjoys painting projects, and I do try to keep in mind different chores that the kids especially enjoy, and I try to give them those chores when I'm handing out chores, and then they don't mind doing them so much, so it works out great. Now I'm ready to get things chopped up for my soup, so I'm chopping a pretty good sized onion here, and then I'm going to be peeling and cutting up some potatoes, and what I usually do is 1 potato per each person that's going to be eating the soup. Here I'm beginning to saute the onion, and once it's about translucent, I'm going to throw in some garlic. Again, I really didn't measure the garlic. I just put in a good spoonful of minced garlic, the kind that you get in the jar. And then this is some loose breakfast sausage, and there's about a pound of that in there. Again, way more. Usually a typical Zuppa Toscana recipe is 1/3 of a pound and like 3 to 6 slices of bacon. I'm doing a full pound and then 2 packages of bacon because I have a large family. Now I'm cutting up the slices of bacon with my kitchen shears, cutting them right into my soup. Normally what I do is I would be sauteing the onion in some bacon fat, and I forgot to do this. So a little bit here, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of bacon fat just for flavoring. Now that my sausage is cooked and all my meats are together, I'm throwing in those potatoes, and then I'm going to be covering it. There's my bacon fat going in, and then I'm going to be covering it with chicken broth. And so I use 2 boxes of chicken broth, which is 8 cups, but I actually wish I would have used a bigger pot and done more chicken broth because we really did need a little bit more. My soup's nearly done, so I'm throwing in those rolls that I was rising, and they go in for about 10 minutes and they come out perfect. Now I'm adding red pepper flakes to my soup. Again, I didn't measure, but that's probably about a teaspoon, and I put in a bunch of kale, and you can always use spinach in place of kale if you don't have kale. And then I'm eyeballing some heavy cream, probably about 1/8 of a cup, and just stirring it all around. I kind of go by how it looks, not by a measurement. We have it a very hearty lunch. After lunch, my husband decided that he was going to paint our kitchen ceiling. That's a project we've been wanting to get to for a long time. So I was really excited that he decided to do that on this day. And Ava, the same daughter who was painting the closet, did the trim cutting for him so that all he had to do was the big roller. So that was very much appreciated. Now my sheets are out of the wash, and so I'm going to put the bed back together. You won't see me make the whole bed because I realized afterwards that my pillowcases actually went in the next load. So I had to wait until later this evening. And so this is the last chore you're going to see today. I put my feet up for a good long time when this was done, and I watched a movie with the kids, and my husband graciously made supper for me. So this was pretty much the end to my work day. I was beat. I appreciate so much that you've spent some of your valuable time with me today. I can't wait to see you again. I'm putting up some other videos if you'd like to keep watching for more cleaning motivation. Remember, as always, God loves you and I love you too, and I'll see you next time. Bye.